Can you tell? Record this. Okay. We received this complaint, and it's my understanding that you have previously put your application in to go to CID before, right?
Yes.
How many times?
I believe it's 4.
Okay. And subsequently, were you asked to do a written report?
Yes.
Okay. And you did do one in January?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And do you remember the other dates that?
July of last year, I believe. I couldn't tell you any
Okay.
other dates here. I think it's like every 6 months. I think that's what
Okay.
it was.
And were you asked to do reports on each time that you applied?
Not the first time. The first time I believe it was like answering the questions, but they wanted it in the essay form. But I think I just answered like, here's the question, here's my answer. So.
Okay. Okay. And do you know what AI is as it relates to a written document?
Yes.
Have you ever used AI?
No, I have not.
Okay. Do you have an understanding of how it works?
All I know is that you can put something in there and they can generate something. So
Okay.
I don't know exactly how it works.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you said you've never used it?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So when you were writing this latest essay, what was your thought process?
That this has been about I believe it's my 4th or 5th time applying to the investigation unit, and I haven't got it each time. Each time it's been something else, like, hey, you know, we want you to do this, we want you to do this. So I thought, especially because I knew how Lieutenant Carter writes, so I was like, okay, if I'm going to use some of this language, I already know what I'm talking about, so I can throw this in there, and it's in a report about something that I already knew.
Okay.
So I had already did a report previously on the paper, so I already had knowledge on just transferring it to paper form.
Okay. Did you use any of the language that you used in the prior essays in this one?
I believe the last one, I think that's what they were saying. I don't think I did the first 2 times. For me this time, it was like, this is it. I'm probably not going to get CID, so hopefully I do my best bet, give them the essay, because I know with my reports, they don't show that my writing ability of what I did for the essay. So the essay that I did, I'm like, hey, you know, we write reports for the every average day citizen that is like, you can understand it. So now I'm writing it to the sergeants. It's like, hey, I know how to write, I know what I'm doing. So that was why I used that language in this one.
Okay. And prior to coming to our office, you sat down with, I think, Captain Hands?
Captain Hands, yes.
As it relates to using AI on your last one. Can you tell me about that?
On the one that we just submitted?
Yes.
He said that it's coming, they ran it through a AI system that tracks to see if someone wrote it or not, and they said mine was 100% generated through an AI system. So yeah. So that was what he told me.
Yeah. Well, how do you feel about that?
I don't believe that that's true because I didn't write it. I did not use an AI system. I wrote that paper. I have the 3 drafts that I have in this folder right here. I sent them to Corporal Garland. He read over the first one. Then I resubmitted another one to him. He read over the second one, and then my wife edited the final draft. So I know that I wrote this paper. It was a report I already wrote, so I already knew where to take away, just turn it paper form.
Okay. And this is the essay you wrote for it?
Yes. So this was the first draft that I wrote. Oops.
Okay.
And then as I was talking to Corporal Garland, he sent me screenshot text messages of things I needed to correct in there.
Okay.
Like capitalizing things, including something, as is right here. I don't believe I made any sense right here with my taking my time to dissect the entire situation. He was like, this makes no sense. Okay. I was like, my bad. Okay. So then we have screenshots of pretty much our conversation that I had with him where I was at 452 words, telling him like, hey, I feel like I'm pretty good on this essay during the weekend. I don't know if you wanted to.
Okay. I'll read it.
Oops, sorry. Yes, and then. Yes, this is just pretty much his response to my text messages and everything. And then those were his screenshots of what he took out of the paper from his phone to send to me to where I needed to correct in there.
Okay. And then that's your second draft?
This is the second draft that I submitted to him. And then the final draft was what me and my wife went over, and she made the final corrections on those.
And I'll take that one too. What else do you have in there?
I believe this is just the report that I wrote the essay about.
Okay.
So that was what that was pertaining to. And then this was just screenshots of the dates that I sent the emails to Corporal Moreland.
Okay.
And I think the rest of that was just the stuff that Captain Hands had me sign, so I just asked him for copies of it.
Okay. So, consequently, how did that discussion go with you and Captain Hands?
He said just his findings. He said it's not him saying that I'm guilty or not. He just said this is what we found out and this is what we're submitting.
Okay.
And so I told him that I wrote my paper, so I don't understand how an AI is saying that it's 100% AI or any form of AI anything, because I didn't use any AI.
Okay. So then you were asked to take a polygraph.
Yes.
How do you feel that went?
I felt it went really good. Okay. I know I was telling the truth.
Okay. And did you have you taken polygraphs before?
I've only taken one, and that was when we first got hired.
Okay. And you felt like you did really good?
Yes.
And the answers were pretty straightforward?
Yes.
Okay. So I got the polygrapher did his report, and the results were, and I'll read them to you. Upon completing the evaluation, it's my opinion that the physical response observed by Dominic's exam would be rendered as significant reaction at the above listed questions, and therefore would render as deception indicated. The questions which were displayed, the most significant reactions would be questions 2 and questions 3. So let me read those questions. Question 2. Did you use artificial intelligence to modify, reword, or rephrase your essay? Your answer was no. And it showed significant reactions, which was deception. The third question, number 3, was other than grammatically, did you utilize any other software to modify, reword, or rephrase your essay?
I did not.
You said no. Again, it shows it rendered deception. Can you explain that to me?
I'm not sure how that's doing that, because I know that I didn't lie. Because I know I wrote this paper.
You didn't have any assistance?
No, the only assistant I had, like I said, was Corporal Garland and my wife, and those are the only people that proofread it, and they added stuff, took stuff out. Corporal Garland told me to take stuff out as well. I didn't have any assistance at all.
Okay. With that being said, and that's your statement, is that you didn't, I'm going to place you on admin leave with pay until we can get everything sorted out with this and everything else, okay? So if I can get your signature and your date, the date of it. Are you sure this is a statement you want to go with?
Yes, it is.
All right. Because I don't want to sit here and badger you until you feel like I badgered you into saying something, but this is very important, and this means you can either be fired or save your job.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. All right. With that being said, I'm going to have to take your gun and everything.
This was my personal gun.
It is your personal
This
gun?
is my personal.
Okay. Do you have a?
No.
Okay.
I have the like shotguns and everything that they have.
In your
rifle.
car?
Yes, in my car.
Okay. So what we'll do is I'll take everything else
Okay.
and Captain Simmons will be taking you home this afternoon.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Is there anything else you want to add to this that you think I need to know?
If you want to interview Corporal Garland, I don't know how that would work if you had to interview my wife or anything.
Yeah.
But I would appreciate that. But I know I'm telling the truth on it.
Okay. All right, then that concludes this interview. Okay, let's step into my office and I'll call.
Do I need
That's yours.
Okay.
Those are your copies again, and I'll get you a copy of this. Your suspension with your on admin leave to pay.
Okay.
And I'll call Captain Simmons and we'll get the stuff.
Okay.
Today's date is February 6, 2024. This is Captain Thompson and Deputy Freeman. The time is now 10:08. All right, the reason you're in here today is because we're going to request that you write a new essay.
Okay.
Okay, so because we're busy back here, I'm going to take you to the front and you're going to write it in the admin conference room,
okay.
right across from the lieutenant colonel.
Okay.
So we'll ask you to leave your phone in the lieutenant colonel's office.
Okay.
The computer doesn't have internet access. It only has a thumb drive.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll be given a essay to write, and then you'll write it, and when you're done,
Mm-hmm.
and then that'll be it.
Okay.
Okay?
Is there a time limit on how long I have to write this? Okay, I was like...
No, there's no time limit.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Unless you want to tell me that you don't want to do it and that you utilized a tool to write your last one.
That's fine.
Cool. All right. Well, let's go then.
Okay. You said we're going...
We're going up front.
Okay.
Admin. Corporal Garland, I understand that you were Deputy Freeman's corporal supervisor.
Mm-hmm.
For how long?
To the time I was promoted to the time he went to days. I don't know the dates, but it was more than just a few months,
Okay.
several months.
And on occasion, would you have to approve his reports?
Every night.
Okay. Do you also approve other deputies on your shifts reports?
Yes.
Okay. And earlier this year, maybe around January 11th, Deputy Freeman sent you an essay
Mm-hmm.
to look over,
Mm-hmm.
and you looked over that essay?
Mm-hmm. I've been helping him with all of his CID adventures too.
Okay. Is this the first time that you've ever read over one of his essays for CID?
No.
Okay. What other ones have you?
I believe since was originally assigned as his supervisor, when he has submitted an essay or prepped for CID boards, I've assisted him.
Okay. So there was the time in January, and did you have a previous time?
I do believe so.
Okay. Would that have been around July or?
I don't know.
Okay, but there was a time before this last one.
Right.
Okay.
Same thing with Foster and
Okay.
anybody else who's ever asked for my assistance.
And you read over his first and second draft, right?
Yes.
And is this the first draft, to the best of your knowledge?
Okay. So I have the first draft on my phone.
Okay.
I believe this
Okay.
is the first draft.
Okay. And then you made some corrections, not only to this one, but to the second draft.
Yeah, I called him, and I don't know if I sent him screenshots.
Yeah, this is.
Okay.
Would this be something that you probably would have?
Would have
sent him?
done is screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the wording was bad. This needed to be capitalized. With my taking. Yeah, this didn't make sense.
Okay.
Yes, this is something I would have done.
To both drafts.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Did the draft sound like something he would write?
In a report, no. But yes, I called him when he sent me this first one
Uh-huh.
because I read this first paragraph and I walked away from it. And then I came back and started reading it, and I just said, hey man, can you define every single word that is in this report? And he was like, yeah. And I said, okay, it's wordy for me. So I'm not going to say he didn't write it, but the words is, yes, different than the way he writes incident reports.
Okay.
So
I want you to read over this and tell me what you think.
This was a previous.
Yes.
Yes.
Is that a wordy essay?
No, this one is not. But I don't remember for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I do believe there were some things in this I had him take out, just because of, like, hey, calm down.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a previous one that I assisted with.
Does this look like the same work as this? Read the same, that the same person wrote it? You said this uses a lot of big words.
Yeah, it's word. My issue wasn't as much as the big words, as much as, like, it's so wordy, as in, like, hey, we're going to describe this table as a brown table.
Mm-hmm.
But this is like, the table is brown with black striations, and like, that's what I was trying to get through to him is, this is very wordy, they may not like that, and you better be able to define. And he's, yeah,
okay,
cool. And then we went through that on the phone. Cool, I'll highlight some things and send them to you. If you want to correct them, then send them back to me.
Okay. Does this essay represent the way that his reports read?
I would say this was written a little better than his reports, because I stress your reporting system needs to be dumbed down at, like, a very 5th grade level. Like, I don't think he would use enact in his regular report.
What about this one?
This would be not be something that he would write a regular report about.
Okay. If I told you that the accusation is that he used AI to write this essay, what would you tell me?
I don't believe it. And sitting here thinking about it, and this is an opinion and, like, an accusation, like, whatever. If he did use AI, and those were my primary issues with this report, he would have changed it.
Okay.
Right? Because that first issue, we talked about the little stuff, and then I went back to, like, hey, this is really wordy. I get you have to meet 1,000 words or something.
Yes.
I get you have to meet that, but don't overuse the words, because it just looks like filler. But he didn't really change it from the first draft to the second draft.
Yeah. The content was there.
And I believe if he was worried about any type of plagiarism or anything, he would have changed that with my recommendation.
Okay.
I don't know if he didn't change it because it's something he's proud of.
Yeah.
Or
Have you ever read an AI-generated document?
I actually just got introduced in the first week of PMP in January.
Okay.
A guy next to me was like, if you want to research something, let AI do it for you. And I was like looking over at his laptop, but just briefly. I have not read research papers that have been written by AI.
Okay.
I don't have experience using AI.
So, again, let me clarify. You believe that he wrote this, that he had no assistance for the content?
I'm not gonna. I wouldn't say no assistance as far as AI, but using his
Right,
his
everything.
resources that he has access to. Yeah.
Sure, but for him to use AI, you don't believe that he would do that?
I don't think that's something that he would do.
Okay.
But, like I'm saying, I don't know.
Okay.
I know that he wrote that and gave it to me, and it seemed unfinished. And when we talked back and forth, he went in and put things chronologically where he thought, and then he didn't change the stuff that I guess would sound not like him, you know?
Okay.
He didn't change that stuff.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to add?
Not immediately that I would like to add, but I know that the way that he wrote this, and I can't remember if it was after the first draft or the second draft. When I talked to him about it, I was like, I stressed you need to be able to explain all this stuff. And he said something to me like, this is me selling myself. This is not an incident report that a jury's going to read. Not exactly, I don't remember he said it, I said it, but this is my selling point. This is what I'm capable of. My education, my training, everything, this is what I can do. This is not my everyday output because that Jim Bob off the street should be able to read.
Mm-hmm.
Jim Bob doesn't need to know all of the stuff that I can do when I'm applying for a specialized unit.
Gotcha.
That's the main thing I would add.
Okay. Did he ever make the comment that this was his last shot for CID?
I don't know that he made the comment, but he told me a long time ago, and I believe even the last time, he was like, I'm going to keep applying. Every single time it comes out, I'll keep applying.
Okay, good.
I'm going to make them tell me no.
All right. Anything else?
Not in regards to this. I don't think that there is.
And this is within his capabilities, you believe?
I believe it's within his capabilities.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember if there was another document that he had sent me that was like this, and I was like, I don't like this. But I can't give you specifics on that, so I don't know.
Okay.
But that's it. That's all I have.
All right. Well, with that, that will conclude this interview. Thank you.
And whose is this? Mine?
If you want it. If not, I'll just put it in the shredder.
What's this?
That is the employee rights, and it just tells you what I told you.
Pieces of papers.
Yes, so we can throw them away.